created and pushed to the server. It is in actuality a JSON, and we then take the JSON and parse it and create all those results in our database. So what we see here in the dashboard is a list of bundles. So you usually have a job running consecutively, and each time you'll get a bundle which we actually put it into the bundle stream. So you can think of a bundle stream as a kind of folder-like structure, and in each of those folders you push your bundles, and then later are available for review. There's a couple of things to say about the access to the bundle streams. There are basically two layers of access. You can have team, personal, and anonymous bundle streams, and on the other side, public and private. So the anonymous bundle streams are, you can look at them as a public FTP folder for bundles. Anyone can write them, and there's no log of who uploaded the bundle or anything. The private bundles are specifically for that person or team. Only they are able to upload and read those bundles, and the public, of course, specific entity can upload, but anyone can download those bundles from that bundle streams. So regarding the dashboard, we have an overview of the bundles for a specific stream, and on the other side, the overview of all bundle streams. This is not particularly useful because we have so much incoming test results and test runs, so you can search for a specific bundle stream or bundle, but the easier way is going to be explained in a little while. So as we have bundles now, you can just dive into it and see all the test runs that were part of this bundle. So as we saw in the job, we could have multiple tests running that job. In this particular one, we have only one test, and each of those tests has multiple test results. Each of those having their own pass-fail results and potentially measurements. So we didn't actually show that the particular YAML file. In the YAML file, we can also have measurements parsed. So beside only the 0-1 kind of result like pass or fail, we can also add the measurement, like you wanna see how long it took your image to boot or stuff like that. You can run tests like the metrics measure all kinds of things, and in the YAML file parse those results, and the Lua will pick it up and put it into your bundle. So from the UI, there are a couple of features here that are worth mentioning. Is linking bugs to a specific test result. So I don't know, you have your bug tracker, just add that URL here, then later it's available for review. This will be also useful later in the image ports. I will show that as well. So also. Also worth mentioning is the custom attributes we see on the left side. So this is all a bunch of metadata that you can either pass through your job definition or later in the YAML file. That's all I can say this moment for metadata. So let's move on to the next slide. As we see, this is just all information piled up in one place. What you can do in the dashboard is filter that information using filters. What filters do basically is wrap up bundles and filter specific tests or test cases that you want to see. You can specify multiple bundle streams, pick up tests from various different test runs, and put it into one place. So this particular filter will show us the last couple of job runs on our Jenkins instance. So you can see the overview of all the total number of tests, the number of those who passed, number of those who failed. You can specify in your job, if you're using this any kind of continuous integration, you can specify the build number attribute, so you can track either by that build number, or otherwise the system will by default use the date and time of when the job took place. We can add multiple filters here, like one of the custom attributes that I showed, so you can display tests only contains that particular custom attribute value, and also you can limit your filter results by test runs and the test case names. And what we also have here is the ability to compare the builds, so you can see if there were any new tests in this build, any new test cases in this build, which one of those were passing but are now failing, and stuff like that. I think those two will be the same, so maybe not the best example. Yeah, so we see here that this particular test case is now missing from this bundle.
Is it possible to check if the number of results is different as well?
Yeah. In this case, I think the number of past results were the same, because the missing test case was actually failing. But
because I mean, for example, we have LTP, and in some cases it has 1200, and in some cases 1240. So will it be also the different result, or is
you mean the measurement, or?
No, it's like the number of results.
The number of, oh yeah. That's what you just did. So it will display those results which were not present in the next test run.
Is it a validation already? So I can show you.
Yep.
Let me try it.
So Milos, this I'm not sure. Recently we moved this actually link. It was down below, so nobody saw it, nobody used it. So yeah, the compare build one.
But it's there.
Well, now it is there. Okay. That's everything about filters. If you have any questions. Image reports, commonly referred to as image reports 2.0. This is because we still have legacy image reports which are used by a lot of people, but we're in the process of migration. So this is basically the graphical representation of your test runs over time. It picks up the information from the bundles. Specifically, you need to specify a filter which you want to track, and it will take all the tests that you select for test cases and display them in a number of manners. So there are a lot of features covered here. We can track multiple trends in one report, meaning that we can take a combination of different filters, different bundle streams, and just put it all in one chart. So right below the graphical representation is the table. It's basically the same thing, but written in numbers. So if you did specify the build number on the axis here, you will have the build numbers. Otherwise, the dates will display. What is useful here is also that you can go over each of the tracks here, and just if you've seen something like make a big dip or something, you can click and see that particular test run and compare with the previous results. There is quite a number of things that you can actually display here. What we see here is a pass-fail kind of report. So, and particularly here, we only display the percentage of the pass-fail difference. So also we can track measurements. If you are, for example, measuring the response from the client server or something like that, so you can see in each consecutive test run what value it was. I can, of course, show a quick example. So what we did recently is migrate all of the LSK reports here. Okay, so let me find it. Okay, so here we got some measurements which are basically picked up from the job runs. So we got the average, minimum, and the standard deviation. So I imagine this. Okay, so a couple of more features that I like to show you. That you can like turn on and off every particular trend that you don't need at the moment. So the report will automatically scale. I already showed what else is like. You can pan and zoom out, zoom in, the standard features. What else we have is the custom metadata tracking. So you can display for example, metadata can contain where the job was run, which board, something like that, and we can display what changed in each test run regarding metadata. There are also the one particular feature which is interesting is delta reporting. So this is the difference between the value in one test run and the next test run. So it will not show the current value, but only the difference between the previous and the next one. Okay, like you can also take the CSV file of this whole report, or view it as only as an image if you want to embed it in another place or something like that. Here there's a link of the filters being used for this particular report, and yeah, so this was the measurement one. What we did for LSK also is created a report which contains like the review of all the boards. So running it on each particular boards for 310 kernel, for example. So here we have RV8, Arndale, RT, Junos, and everything. So there you go. Bunch of information piled up. Is there anything? Any questions or suggestions or anything like that? So. Okay.
I have a question, which is somewhat about image reports and tied with benchmark.
Okay.
This looks like a great feature to do benchmarking because you get nice reports from a board that is in a known clean state.
Okay.
One challenge here is there a way to specify Lava to get sources from a restricted location? So like our benchmark code is license control, so we cannot put it on the public Git repository. So is there a way for us to get like pass a private SSH key to a Lava job, so that private SSH key can be used to pull some restricted stuff?
That would be.
Yeah, we do this via network access. In the Lava lab, is that there are boxes to which only certain ones can see.
Yeah, but he's actually asking about pulling from Git
reports.
repository, pulling some private benchmark tests or something like that,
Yeah.
if I understood correctly. I'm
Yeah,
not
this
sure.
private report.
That will be in the job definition.
Yeah, there are private repos.
Yeah, but Lava can pull from private repos, right?
Yeah,
By default.
Can we specify the SSH key for that?
it's Dave. The private repos, they're done via network access control rather than actually with personal access, and they just have to be visible to the lab, even if there are machines that the lab can see, which ordinary people in other networks can't see.
Are you talking about Git repos?
Yeah.
You have a private repository.
Yeah, well, that's a problem that we've got on us for quite a while, is how to have private repos. Essentially.
So
You can,
ideally, I would be able to give Lava, when submitting a job, give Lava my private SSH key with the intention that it will not save or cache
But
it
that-
anywhere but.
Well,
on the board.
Lava obsessively saves everything everywhere every time it can, and keeps everything forever.
It is a concern.
So the best solution there is to have a private Lava instance.
Bravo, Lava.
Yeah. Because as soon as the job is completed, as soon as you submit a bundle, the test definition YAML which you have submitted, which was in that private repo, is now stored forever in that bundle. Now you can make sure the bundle is private, and you can restrict access to the bundle, but it is there forever.
YAML, yes, but the scripts. Are they also? I think he doesn't have a problem with the YAML, but the benchmarking scripts that you use.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
Git repo with the actual text.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
all
yeah.
the data, I don't think it's necessarily the script itself which is secret, it's the data that the script produces which is secret, yeah?
But.
But the
because-
data, so the data that
You
it
can have a
produces.
private Git repo, actually.
But the
Yeah.
data that those scripts produce will be part of the bundle and the complete log, so you would need, there are ways of
Well, as
closing
long as
those
it's a
down.
private bundle,
Yeah.
it's viewable only by you, then.
Yeah, so you can keep the data restricted to particular users, but Lava will obsessively save it and keep it forever.
But the Git repo can also be private. You can specify the username and the password.
Yeah.
And the log will save the password.
Git zone.
Yeah, for that, like,
The
you can
GIS
try
part.
to, like, mirror your private repo within Lava network.
Yeah.
Lab network.
Thank you.
Yeah, but is
I
there
got-
any support where the admin can kind of delete a bundle straight?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So you can.
but that's the local lab admin, that's someone who's got admin access inside Django.
So that means when they don't really want it to admit and they delete it.
Yeah, you would, if you delete the bundle, Django will reasonably carefully pull out references to that bundle, so you would tend to lose quite a lot of other data as well.
Be able to track the results.
Yeah, so all the results for that one go as well, and you may, because it's not something that Lava currently does. We are looking at how to actually properly archive out big lumps of data. So there may well be 404s and other things that you would get as a result of pulling data out of the database. But report those and we can fix the bugs. Because it is something we would like to do. Lava has been storing a lot of data for quite a long time now, and a lot of the older stuff is not looked at anymore. So it is on the roadmap somewhere, if we can actually find time to be able to pull data actually out of the database properly that is beyond a certain time limit, stash it away somewhere, and say if you need access to this data, you need to email someone and they'll send you a download.
Thomas had a question.
Stefan, can you show the filter for this?
For this?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, it's the same
So-
one I showed. Yeah.
So the is showing all the performance metrics that were associated with that bundle stream? I mean, are you restricting it to just show Ethernet and VisiBox pass-fail, or?
Yeah. So
Where?
you can select. No, that's in the image reports.
Oh, okay.
So you can select from the filter. You can select which particular test you want to show, a particular test case.
Oh, okay. So that's not part of the filter here. It's something you do on.
It can be part of the filter as well. So here you can do that also, and you can additionally filter down more in the image report.
Oh, okay, I see. So the image report filter is kind of the viewing filter. This is filtering the data that you are gonna make available.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the image reports, yeah. I mean, I can quickly show that.
That's,
Okay.
that's the screen reader.
Sorry?
That's the screen reader.
So here it is. Here's the list of all the tests. So this is the administration of the image report. That was what I was going to talk to.
So that's where you would change what's actually
So here
available
you
to
can
the
like.
reporter.
Oh, okay. So the previous one was not actually performance; it was pass rate associated with
yeah.
these test cases.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, back to the image reports. The administration is that complicated. You take the filters, then select the tests you want to show. There are a bunch of options for each chart, like whether you want to see percentage, then whether you want to, we can also display bars and stuff like that. So it's just basically chart customization. What you can do here is basically also rename the test that you want to see, like for your purposes. Also doing the metadata, which we explained. The authorization of image reports is basically only comes down to whether the image reports are published or not. So for the published image reports, anyone can view them. For non-published, only the owner or the creator can view them. Also, if you are able to view image reports, you will be restricted if the bundles or filters yours are private in any way. So what you will get is if you don't have access to any of the bundles in this particular image report, you will not be able to see it. So one additional thing is grouping, but that's just UI thing. So you can basically assign a group to image reports, and then on the homepage of the image reports, you will see that extracting data. Maybe Sentinel will wanna chip in a bit. I helped you. I'll just sit down, okay?
Sure. So, extracting data out of things. So, as I said, like a bundle is nothing but a JSON file. So, we have APIs to download these bundles. It's pretty simple. Like you have it as part of the bundle stream itself. So, for example. Okay, this is a bundle. Okay, so if you want to like get the JSON of this bundle, so it is here, and we do have APIs in order to get this specific bundle. So if you go to available methods, and you have the dashboard bundle APIs. So these are the different APIs. Dashboard, deserialize. So this dashboard get right. This gets you the bundle if you give the exact bundles in Shower. So
Is there a way to get the bundle like it appears in the bundle viewer without attachments?
no, not yet.
There's a CSV export.
But you cannot do it from the script.
No. Or maybe yes. If you know the URL.
No.
No?
Because you have to log in.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right.
So those are the APIs, and we also have a CSV export if you want to like export this into CSV as CSV. So it's here. Export test run data as CSV. So whatever you see here, right, and all of those test results and everything will be exported as a CSV file. And the other thing is log file download. So it's basically like here. So you have the std out log. You can download this. If you want. That's about it. So these are the different ways. So you can download this JSON directly from using APIs, and then whatever you are interested in this JSON, you can code it and then extract the data from that in order to have a different visualization apart from what image reports or whatever we do in filters, right? We can have this raw data of these bundles and then so right now the bundle format, we have different versions of this bundle format. So the current version of this bundle format is 1.7.1. So based on the bundle format, you will have a schema where you can see what are the ingredients of this bundle. So wrapping up, the live instance of Lava, which is supported by Linaro, is validation.linaro.org. We shortly call it as PLO, and we also have a staging instance. So anything we want to push new features and bug fixes, we'll get into staging first. So if something is not, if you see a bug as fixed or resolved in Lava and it's not working in validation, better you can check in staging first. If it works, maybe it will be included with the next release cycle. So that's why we
Result.
So getting access to either of these instances, like Linaro employees, automatically you can contact your team leads or whoever is responsible for your team, and they'll give you access for that. the assignees, people outside, we use Launchpad. You need to have a Launchpad account in order to log in. So this will go away eventually when we move to LLab. But right now, you need to have a Launchpad.net account, and then you can use that account in order to log in. It just gives you a login, but extra permissions like submitting jobs, access to devices, everything, you need to mail lavalab@leonardo.org in order to ask for permissions. For example, I want permission to submit a job to a particular device, or I want to keep this device for submissions only by me. Those kind of things, request goes to Lava Lab. And the other resources, so whatever you see there, Git learner.org, QA test definitions.git, that is the official test definition repository, which is maintained by the QA team of Linaro, and you can have all the test definitions, different kinds of test definition, which you want to work on. So this repository also acts as a reference for people to write their own new test. In almost everything, each and every kind of test you can write with Lava is already there as part of the report. So check here for the test definition which you intend to write. If it's not existing or you want to do something different apart from what has been done on this, you can do that. And also you can contribute it back, which the QA team will review and make it as part of the test definition report. The documentation, so each and every instance, you see a help over there, so that's the documentation. And if you want to reach the Lava team, so there is Linaro validation at list or linaro.org. It's an archived mailing list, so you can also see the mailing list discussions which happened previously. And if you want to report bugs, so there's a Bugzilla link. And IRC, we are available almost, we cover all the time zones. So on IRC we have #Lava. Any questions?
Just to say that the bug report link is at the bottom of every page as well. If you just scroll to the bottom of one of the page.
I love this
Report
one.
And also you can, the source code link is also there. Contributions are welcome.
So if I click on the releases of, Linaro releases updated build out, is it possible to find out which Lava test, validation tests were run on this build and what the results were? If I download, say, Juno or anything, how can I tell from the public?
We don't have that backlink, I don't think.
No.
No, it's at the moment the test results are in the I think they are shared in the spreadsheet for releases.
But is it publicly available?
Yeah, it's public, but you don't see the backlink to Lava.
Okay.
That's it.
And I don't think it's part of the release. I don't think it's part of the release package, is it? The spreadsheet.
You mean no? So no, it's not. It's not the. You cannot download it from the releases. It's somewhere in the wiki page.
Okay.
So if you look search carefully on the wiki page for the release, you probably will find it. I have trouble finding it.
Report a bug.
Where?
Thanks.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
that's
you.
all. Thanks.